he was seen crying on Instagram Live saying his wife got a protection order against him and now he can't see his kids.
Beautiful jab by Ferguson to open round 2.
Even worse, 700,000 was stolen from his music royalties, and some people say it was his wife.
As long as his wife is getting the money, I'm fine. He's got 3 kids with that woman. You understand? You can see that he cannot behave. He's a danger to those kids. You understand what I'm saying? He's a danger to his kids. He won't behave.
This is a story of how everything fell apart for EMTEE. When EMTEE signed to Ambitious Entertainment in 2015, his life changed fast and his name started spreading across the country in a way he had never seen before. And what happened next is something many artists quietly go through.
When I met Ambitious, I felt like this is it, this is perfect. And, everything they were offering was it just made perfect sense. And I signed with them and my life changed.
His song Roll Up became a huge hit, playing everywhere and climbing to the top of the charts while more people started paying attention to him. But behind that success there was a story that fans did not see. It was clear that this was not luck, he had something special, yet the same moment would later come with a prize. Then his debut album Ever did drop in December 2015 and took things even further. And this is where the story becomes even more interesting. The album reached #1 and later went platinum, showing that he was now one of the biggest names in South African hip-hop. But success like this often hides something deeper. The awards followed soon after, as he won Best Hip Hop Album at Metro FM Music Awards and also took home Best Rap Album at South African Music Awards.
Yo, what's up, everybody? How y'all doing? I'd like to thank each and every one of y'all sitting up in this month.
This nigga was on at this time, yeah.
While Roll Up won a Song of the Year, and this is where many people thought he made it for good. At this point, EMTEE was on top, respected and recognized across the industry, but this is also where things slowly started to turn. Behind the success, things were not as good as they looked, and this is where the real story begins. EMTEE later shared that he was being overworked, moving from one show to another in the same night with little time to rest, yet he was only getting basic monthly salary.
That night, after that night, my body was like I was tired, and I don't get tired. I'm a hustler. So I'm like, no man, here I'm working too much, man. But I still have to wait for a month end.
And what he revealed next shocked many people. At one point he said he was earning around 3,700 rand, which shocked many people considering how big his music had become, and it made fans start questioning everything. He also spoke about not receiving proper royalties from Every, even though it went platinum and continued to perform well. And this is where things became even more frustrating. The label controlled the masters and most of the money, which left him with very little from his own success. And it even reached to a point where he told fans to stop streaming his album because he was not benefiting from it, which says a lot about what he was going through.
It's crazy because even on my social media I tell people, yo, stop playing that shit. I don't get money for that shit.
Whoa.
Just play my new shit.
So, at your time at Ambitious, you didn't get the SMSs from Sambra?
By 2019, he knew it was time to move on, and this decision did not come easy. After getting legal advice, he made a decision to leave Ambitious Entertainment to take control of his career.
But luckily, I got legal advice. So with a lot of things I want to do from now going forth, it's gonna be, legally advised from a genuine, point of view, rather than business.
Hey, bruh, Ambitious is so notorious, bruh. Ambitious is so notorious for overworking artists and not paying them enough. So the best thing to do is leave, bruh.
This is where everything changed again, but he had no idea that new problems were already waiting for him on this next part of his journey. After leaving Ambitious Entertainment in 2019, EMTEE started a new life. He was now in control, but he soon felt a lot of pressure. He started his own record label, EMTEE Records. Now every choice was his responsibility, from making music to managing money. He no longer had a big company to protect him. Around the same time, his personal life began to fall apart. He was in a marriage where they shared a joint account, which meant finances were controlled together, and this later became a major problem. The situation became a serious legal battle when his wife accused him of gender-based violence.
Do what you wanna do. Do it. Do it. Do what you wanna do.
Still want doing it.
Do it.
You want to eat us?
Do it.
No, we don't want to do nothing. Where's the people?
Do it.
Mm.
Do it.
You know, that's
Why
tough.
are you in my house?
What are they
Why
trying to do
you in
though?
my house?
EMTEE went to the police and was later released, but he told the public he was innocent.
So you've never beat up your woman? Nah.
He even claimed that he was the one being treated badly in the relationship. Later, the charges against him were dropped, but he still had his reputation. This was a very hard time for him. Instead of just making music, he had to deal with lawyers and defend his name in public. The relationship later broke down and they separated, which marked a big change in his life. Leaving his old label gave him freedom, but it also brought problems that tested him more than music. Then what happened next was the most painful period of his life. Before anything else, one thing about EMTEE has always been clear. He really loves his kids.
And yeah, man, big shout out to my kids, man. Logan, Avery, Nairobi, I love y'all.
Shout out, shout out.
That love has always been strong, and it is one of the biggest parts of who he is, not just as an artist but as a father. But now that same love was turning into pain. EMTEE spoke about the restraining order involving his wife, and because of that, he said he could no longer see his children. For him, that was the hardest part. It was not just about being away, it was about feeling shut out from the people he cared about the most. Imagine loving your kids deeply but not being able to see them. I mean, to be honest, it would also break me. That kind of situation can break anyone slowly from the inside. And while he was dealing with that emotional pain, other problems were also hitting him at the same time. One of the biggest issues was,
Bro, why do women always go for like, they always make sure to like go for taking your kids away from you or something like that? Because every time men always have to deal with like getting their kids taken away from them, bruh. And you don't get to see them
the
again.
money from his music. EMTEE spoke about his album Logan, a project that did well and reached millions of streams, but the money did not come the way it should have. He claimed that around 700,000 rand in royalties was taken through fake banking details.
Trying to stay undefeated.
Nutrition order has been open
Trying to run his UFC winning streak to 8 and keep himself in the mix.
against me.
Title shot. Beautiful jab by Ferguson to open round 2.
Can't see my chin.
So while his music was growing, someone else was collecting what he had worked for, with some people alleging that it might be his wife.
There was
That's
a point in time where the
crazy.
money was going to his wife, and it's good because she's the one that takes care of the kids.
That's not what I'm alleging.
But then why would he now release a statement and go cry live?
He's
Go
also
that-
crying about his wife kicking him out the house.
That kind of betrayal cuts deep, and for EMTEE
Yeah,
it felt
that's
like
so
something he had
weird,
already been
bro.
through before. He was still dealing with his past problems with Ambitious, and now it feels like the same story was repeating itself again. Some fans are blaming his addiction problems with comments such as, he must book himself into a rehab and come back stronger. One thing they can't steal from him is his talent. As long as he stays an addict, nothing will work out for him. And another one said,
that's true.
firstly he must sober up and get his life back. As long as he keeps on being intoxicated, he will lose everything.